Hello and welcome to Football City. Are Wolverhampton Wanderers going to get relegated this season? That's what we're talking about in this video. Wolves fans, how are you feeling? It has not been good. It has been terrible. 5 losses out of 5 for your start to the 25-26 campaign, and you join the unfortunate club of other teams who've also had terrible starts to the season, who've also lost their first 5 opening games. How are you feeling, Wolves fans? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? What needs to change? Do you need a change of manager? Is something not clicking on the pitch? Well, it clearly isn't, but what's happening? For you guys who watch Wolves week in, week out, do you feel like there are times when you look good, when you're playing well? Is it being just unfortunate? Or do you feel like, no, something is fundamentally wrong on the pitch at that club? So in this video, we're going to look at the other teams who had 5 losses in their opening starts to the campaign and how it panned out for them. Did they survive? Did they get relegated? We'll dig deeper and we'll look into that. So looking at these 5 games that you started with, so 4-0 at home to Man City. I actually watched that game and I think Wolves were unlucky. They actually scored first and then had a goal chalked off by VAR due to a narrow offside. Then they went on to lose 1-0 to Bournemouth, 3-2 to Everton, 1-0 to Newcastle, and this, I believe, is the kicker. Leeds United come to play in your yard, Wolves fans, in your backyard. You score first, 1-0 after 8 minutes, so that, the signs are looking good. But then Leeds got 3 goals in the first half in your backyard, in the place where you live, and they beat you 3-1 at your yard. That, if I was a Wolves fan, that's where I'm thinking, something ain't right here. Something's got to change. It is not good. I'd be worried to lose to a newly promoted side, especially if you think you might be flirting around that area of the table. You've got to beat the teams that are going to be around you. You've got to beat Leeds United. So it's unfortunate. I mean, the funny thing is that the best form for Wolves has actually come in the Carabao Cup. Beat West Ham 3-2, and they're obviously not doing well either. But you beat West Ham last night in the Carabao Cup 2-0. So that's good. They've been decent. So when we look at other teams that have struggled to score their first 5 games of the season, let's do a little bit of history lesson. So we go back to Sunderland in 2005-2006. They lost their first 5, and then they ended that season with only 15 points, and they ended in 20th position. Not good. Then you move on to Portsmouth in 2009-2010. They had 5 defeats at the start of the season. That was a season that they actually got deducted points, ended up in administration, so that didn't help their cause, but they were already having a bad time, and they also got relegated, finished in 20th position. They won a cup that year, though. That was good. Then you move on to the ultimate yo-yo team, Norwich City in 21-22. In fact, who's more of a yo-yo team? Because I always think about Norwich City and West Brom as being the ultimate yo-yo team. You could probably add Sheffield United to that list as well. But they were up and down, and then they went down in 21-22 season. They lost their opening 6 games, and their first win didn't arrive until November, and they finished 20th as well. Then you move on to Southampton. Now here's where, bad news and good news. Southampton going all the way back to a 1998-99 season. That's like 27 years ago, a long time ago. Some of you guys weren't even born then. They didn't record their first win until October. That's when they had Matt Letizia playing for a man. Great player. And they finished 17th, so they finished 5 points clear of the drop zone. But this should give you some optimism. Crystal Palace in 2017-18 season. I remember this season. They lost 7 in a row. It's the year when they had Frank de Boer as their manager. They sacked him after like 4 games, and then they got Roy Hodgson in. They didn't win 7 games. They lost their first 7, and they didn't score at all. Didn't score a single goal. So at least Wolves, you've been scoring a couple of goals here and there, but yeah, they just had a terrible start. But this is the good news. They actually finished 11th that season. So they lost their first 7, but managed to finish in 11th place. So great news. So it can be done. Now, Wolves, have always had this thing, or especially in recent years, certainly for the past 5 or 6 years, of flirting around the bottom half of the table. So in 2021, they finished in 13th. 21-22, they finished in 10th. 22-23, they finished in 13th. 2023-24 season, they finished in 14th. 24-25 last season, they finished in 13th place. But you wonder, is this going to be the year? Is this going to be the year that it happens? Wolves, how do you survive? Is it about a change of manager? Is it too soon to make changes? I mean, things aren't great. Your last victory in the Premier League was a 3-0 home win against Leicester, who got relegated. Wolves haven't won a game in pre-season. So you haven't won a game for time. Going back to April, that was your last league win. Obviously, you had the Carabao Cup wins as well against West Ham and Everton, like I just mentioned. But the form isn't great. The form is really bad. So I wonder, if you're a Wolves fan, what are you thinking today? How are you feeling going forward? Your next game is against Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This is game number 6. Are you going to lose 6 in a row? Spurs are good. Spurs are odds-on favourites for that, and I'll do my score predictions before the weekend actually starts. But are you on course for a 6 defeat? But then again, I suppose you can also be the optimist and say, look, we're only 5 games into the season. There's barely any football being played, and sometimes we get to absolutes and we think, right, well, it's 5 games in, the title's done. Liverpool have won 5 out of 5, they've got 15 points, and Arsenal have dropped points, and Man City have dropped points, so the title's done, and oh yeah, the teams at the bottom, they're definitely going to get relegated. 5 games in, we've still got 33 games to play. There's a lot of football to be played, and I mean, I remember there was a season where I think it was Blackpool, who at Christmas, they looked decent. They were in like 9th or 10th position at Christmas, and then they still got relegated the following season. So there's a lot of football to be played. We've still got things like injuries to consider. Teams are going to get injuries to strikers and defenders. We've got, key players. We've got the January transfer window where teams are going to strengthen and some teams are going to be weakened because they're selling players that they might not want to sell but they need to. You've got AFCON, so players are going to be away for that. So there's lots to happen. And when I'm looking at the teams around you as well at the moment, so you've got West Ham, who are struggling. West Ham, I think, not that I wish for the departure of any manager, but I think they're going to change Potter eventually. And I think if they change Potter, does that give them that new manager bounce? And then do they go on a run? I kind of feel like West Ham will probably be the team that finish around 12th or 13th. You've got Aston Villa, who've had a bad start, but that's not normal for Villa. I think once Unai Emery stops calling his players lazy, I think they'll kick on and they'll do well. They'll finish higher up the table. I still feel like the teams to get relegated will be Burnley and Leeds United, and I think Wolves are in danger of that. But who survives? I mean, as much as I'd love Leeds United to go down, because I'm a Bradford City fan, I feel like the Premier League needs a Leeds United. It's like Liverpool. I'd love Liverpool to get relegated. It's not going to happen because you want Liverpool, a team of that stature, a team of that size to be in, because you want those massive weekend fixtures, Liverpool versus Man City. It's box office, so you need certain teams in the league like that. And I feel like that about Leeds United. Wolves, do you feel like you belong here now? You belong here? Or do you feel like you've been flirting? Much like Everton. Everton have kind of flirted around the bottom half of the table, 14th to 17th position. Will they survive getting deducted points, having a tough time of it all? But this season, Everton look quite good. They look like they're going to kick on, and not saying that they're going to finish in the top 6 or anything like that, but Everton look like a decent outfit. So I wonder, how do you feel going forward? Do you feel like Wolves are in danger of relegated? Is this the year? A terrible start? Or have we kind of jumped the gun too soon? Is it too early to predict anything? 5 games in, 33 games still to go. I can't even do that as a percentage of how much of the season we've played compared to what we've got to go. There's still bare football to be played. There's a lot to happen, so we shall see. So Wolves fans, I want to know what you think. Do you think you'll be absolutely fine? Do you think you need a change of manager? Has Pereira got to go? Have you got to get someone in new quickly while the season is still fresh? Or are you genuinely worried? Do you think know, we probably could do with the season in the Championship. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Guys, this is Football City. Thank you for clicking on the video. If you like this content, if you want to get involved, please give the video a like. Please support what we're trying to do here. And please subscribe to the channel for more videos where we just talk about football and football opinions, and you share your opinion as well. My name is Marcus Lee. I appreciate you watching this video. Please stay tuned for the next one, and I will catch up with you then. So until then, take care of yourselves.